What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I'm going to be sharing an interesting little quirk with the Akimbo mode of the Model 2187 shotguns. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so hopping right into this, if you guys have been really into the Call of Duty scene for a long time, you might remember back to Modern Warfare 3, there was a little bit of a glitch with the extended mag attachments on shotguns. Essentially, what would happen is extended mags would not only give you more shells, it would also increase the number of pellets per shell when you fired a shot. And with that game, as well as this game, it really matters how many pellets you're hitting on target as far as how much damage you're dealing. Black Ops 3 changed things up quite a bit with shotguns, so it didn't really matter quite as much. But in Infinite Warfare, it definitely matters how many pellets you're hitting because they have a simple damage per pellet system. Now with the M2187, if you aren't running it akimbo, you're just running it as the normal shotgun, this is going to have no effect on you. When you fire the single M2187, you have 8 pellets per shot. But when you turn it into akimbo mode, it reduces the number of pellets per shot because you've got two different guns. So you only get 5 pellets per shot, but if you pull both of the guns at the same time, then obviously you get an overall more pellets, you get 10 pellets per shot. Now the really interesting quirk that I have to share with you guys actually came from a couple different people at pretty much the same time, so I'm just going to give credit to both of them. First one is Evolve Jake on YouTube, I will leave a link to his channel down below. And the second one was actually a private message on Reddit from Snuggins_666. So thank you guys so much for sharing this with me, I really appreciate that. Basically, kind of like with Modern Warfare 3 where you'd put extended mags on and you get more pellets, in this case with the Akimbo Model M2187s, if you put the Smart Shot sight on the guns, it gives you 8 pellets just like the single Model 2187s. So I know it might sound silly, it might look weird to put a sight on an Akimbo gun because you can't aim down sight with it anyways, but it does increase the number of pellets per shot. And based on my experience with it as well as my testing with it, it does make the guns a little bit more consistent. It might not be as crazy as you would think. At first I thought, oh my god, this is going to be crazy overpowered and completely like game breaking. But with the way the damage profiles tend to work with the shotguns, it's not like you're really going to be gaining much range. It's more so just consistency with the shotgun. So if you're already within that one-shot kill potential where you would normally have to hit 5 pellets, now you still only have to hit 5 pellets, but it's a lot easier to hit those 5 pellets. Whereas if you take a step back from there, having those extra pellets isn't going to really help you all that much. Now having said that, of course there are going to be situations where you gain a little bit of range as well, but based on my experience and based on the testing that I've done with this, it more so just helps with your consistency with your one-shot kills. So if you are running these guns akimbo, which I would recommend, I find akimbo is definitely the way to go, with or without the Smart Shot, it's definitely the best way to go. If you decide to do that, I would say it's definitely worth the class point to pop on that Smart Shot sight. It's not going to turn them into some overpowered beast, but it is going to help you quite a bit with your consistency. Also, one little tip that I'd like to share with this is I notice a lot of people fire both of these at the same time. And based on my experience, I started doing that where I was firing both at the same time, and I find it's much more effective to use these shotguns and stagger them. Stagger your shots a little bit, so as one of them is rechambering, the other one is firing, and then by the time that one starts rechambering, you're firing your other one. And this just allows you to put out more consistent damage, and also there are lots of situations where all you need is that one shot. And even if you're on the fence about whether or not it's going to be a 1 or 2 shot kill, you can quickly fire your first shot, and then assess the situation and see if you need to fire your second shot. You can do it immediately, so the moment you notice you need to put a little bit more damage into them, you can always just pull that other trigger. And I found this has saved me in a lot of situations, especially when I've run into multiple enemies, because there have been times where all it would have taken is one shot from one of the shotguns, and then I would have had my other shotgun available for the next guy that's coming to challenge me. But I wasted both of my shots on one guy unnecessarily, and then I'm caught with my pants down basically trying to rechamber both of my shotguns while the second guy is killing me. So that's just one little tip that I want to let you guys know, because I have been noticing a lot of people running around firing both at once, and that's initially how I was treating these shotguns. And I find this is definitely not the way to go in most situations. There might be some situations where you know for a fact that you need to fire both to get that kill, and you've got them all lined up and everything, and that's okay. But most of the time, you want to be staggering your shots with these Akimbo Model 2187s. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. If you guys haven't tried out the Akimbo Model 2187s, with or without Smart Shot, you don't even need the Smart Shot on there. These guns are excellent. I would say it's probably the best shotgun in the game at this point, as long as you're running it akimbo. When you're running it by itself, it's got such a slow rechamber time that it's really not all that great. But if you did use it a little bit by itself and you kind of gave up on it and you didn't grind out all the attachments, I would highly recommend just putting the time in, grinding it out till you get that Akimbo attachment, and give it a shot with Akimbo. I think you'll be very pleasantly surprised, especially when you pop that smart shot on there to make it a little bit more consistent. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.